Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to be doing a story time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and add me on my social medias. I will link them down below in the description box. So let's get started. First off, I'm gonna try these because I don't know, they're Mexican food, but you guys know Mexican food isn't really Mexican food unless your mom cooks it. So the sauce looks weird already. I give this like a 7 out of 10. Following it with my horchata. Alright, let's get into today's video. So, how I found out I was pregnant is, this was like 3 years ago because my son is 2, so literally like 3 years. So I have to literally like make, what's it called? I have to memorize like exactly how everything happened. And I will tell you guys about like how my dad took it, how my brother took it, how my mom took it, how his side of the family took it, because I'm the only girl in my family, and I have 2 older brothers and just me. I do have 2 little stepsisters, but I don't really say they're my stepsisters because we're like pretty close. So I just say they're my sisters. And then we also have Junior, which is my little not really step brother because he's my mom's kid. So they say that if it's your mom's kid, it's not step. But if it's from another mom, then it is step. But which I don't really consider it that because, again, we grew up together. I really don't think it's my step brother. But anyways, let's get started. All right. So, a lot of people had actually been telling me, well, they were asking me if I was pregnant. It wasn't really like, one day I woke up and like I started feeling this and that. No, just people were telling me, were asking me, hey, are you pregnant? And this and that. And I'm like, no, like I'm not pregnant, blah, blah, blah. So I missed my period. But I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, okay, Francisco's like my first husband, you know, like, he's my first and everything. And I'm like, I just thought because I was being sexually active, like I was missing my periods. So I really didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, maybe it's gonna, you know, get out of control and then come back. So months were going by, and I think I didn't get my period for like 3 or 4 months because when I went to the doctors to get tested if I was pregnant, she's like, when was your last period? And I'm like, actually before Christmas, before Thanksgiving. So yeah, it was like around November. So I actually had like 2 or 3 months without having my periods. Anyway, so people kept asking me, I would actually get kind of irritated or like mad. It's like when people ask you, hey, are you mad? Hey, are you mad? And you're like, no. Hey, are you mad? No. And then you start getting like, not stressed, but like irritated that they keep asking the same question when you're really not. Anyways. So the first one that kind of gave a comment out was my sister-in-law. But again, I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. She's like, yeah, you are. I was like, no, dude, I'm not. So, we went to, no, my stepdad, because my stepdad was a manager at a dairy. And he was actually, working that day, and he got Pancho, and he's like, hey, is Lisa pregnant? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no. Because Francisco had actually been asking me too if I was pregnant or not. And I would get, like, again, not mad, but like irritated that they kept asking me the same question. I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. And Francisco, you guys, Pancho, was getting like morning sickness a lot. I would literally go and pick him up from the dairy, and I'm like, throwing up. And he's like, I remember the last time he asked me, he's like, babe, are you sure you're not pregnant? And I was like, dude, no, I'm not pregnant. Like, stop asking me that, you know? So then I think it was that day or the day after, my stepdad actually asked him, he told him, hey, like, is Yelisa pregnant? Like, you need to take her to the doctor, you know, to like make sure, because I guess I was like changing, like, I don't know if my body was changing or just like my mood swings, or I don't know what it was, but like people were starting to kind of notice it. And I really didn't like it, like it really did not cross my mind like, okay, maybe I am pregnant, or you know, nothing. So Francisco actually told me that day, he's like, hey, I think you should actually go get tested. And I was like, okay, like, I don't, you know. So me being pregnant, I was like, you know, I didn't want to like for him to feel bad, you know, because we couldn't have any kids. And so yeah, that's that. So I got tested, and I remember I was in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom, and he's like, I want to go in there. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So again, I didn't want him to be in there because I didn't want him to like feel bad or anything. So I was like, okay. So we got the pregnancy test. We went to my mom's bathroom. I remember no one was home that day, but yeah, actually no one was home. And so I was like, okay. So we went into the bathroom. I took the test. I saw one line. You know how it's like the little screen. So one line had already popped up on like the beginning of the screen. And I'm like, what the heck? So I turned it around, and I was like, okay, we're gonna turn it around and like give it like 30 seconds. I turned that thing around, you guys, and the two lines were there, and I was like, bro, like I have a human in me, you know, like I'm like there's a baby in there, you know. I was so shook, and he was really shook too. He's like, I didn't know what to tell him. I was just like, babe, we're having a baby, you know? Like I had no idea what to tell him. So, and I'm like, okay, we gotta go tell your mom, because his family was really happy, like they wanted him to have a baby, you know. And I remember when I first got with Francisco, he's like, I can't have kids. I was like, dude, yeah, you can have kids. Like, I haven't really ever met a person that like they really can't have kids. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Like, you could have kids. And he's like, no, I can't. Like, blah, you know, he told me a story and stuff. And I was like, that's weird. I was like, I didn't believe it. So I remember, so we found out we were pregnant. And then I was like, okay, let's go tell your mom, because I knew his mom was going to be really happy for him. So we go. Like, it's so quiet in here, you guys, that when I'm chewing, you can hear it. And it's awkward, huh? By the way, you guys, I'm not going to be editing a lot of my videos, because obviously I'm not perfect. My videos are not going to be perfect. My life's not perfect. So I'm not going to sit there like literally 4 or 5 hours just editing one little piece that's really not going to make a difference. Okay. So I am going to give you guys pretty much like 80% of like what I record. I don't think I'm going to take off a lot of it, just because I said I'm not, just like I said, you know, I'm not perfect. My videos aren't going to be perfect. So anyways, so yeah, we went to his mom's, and of course his mom was really happy. No one expected it, because again, like no one thought like we were pregnant. Like no one asked me or anything. And actually his mom, I think we had taken some pregnancy tests before, and they would all come out negative. And I was like, what the heck? That's weird. And I would get some like weird smells here and there, like nothing like so common that I was like, why is this happening? You know, like that's weird. No, like it was just so rare when I did. And so we went to his mom's house. We told him we were pregnant. She was super happy. she actually started tearing up with Francisco. And I felt so bad. Like, I was like, wow, like, I chose a good person to be the parent of my kids, you know, like, he's hardworking, he's respectful, like, you know, like, he's respectful towards me, he always tries to make me happy, like, he's a good man, he really is. And I was like, I started bawling, like, I wasn't, like, sobbing, but I was, like, tearing up. I kid you guys not, well, we told his sister, I think we called his sister that day, because he has two sisters, older sisters, so I think we called one, and we told her, and she was super happy too, like, you know, I think she started crying too, I think she started tearing up. The other one, we didn't see her that day, I think they were sleeping, or I don't know where they, because it was late at night, it was like, maybe 9-10 p.m., you know, and then his other sister, I think, was sleeping already. So we told both. And actually, his little sister, his older sister, but his little sister, like, she was like, bro, like, congrats, I'm so happy for you, you know, like, this and that. So they were all super happy. Let's go to my side of the family. So, you know, my second parents, they want their kid to go to school, go to college, just like they expect so much from, like, a Hispanic family expects so much, or parents expect so much from the daughter or son or whatever, you know. So I feel like that's how my parents were, because I was the only girl. Like, they would have expected me to, like, yeah, I finished my high school, but they would have wanted me to, like, get a degree, go to college, finish my college, like, you know, like, all that stuff, which I get it, you know, like, I want my son to finish high school, and I want him to go to college, you know, and all that stuff, but sometimes things change. So with my mom, again, I feel like she wanted me to, like, finish college, get a degree, have a full-time job, like, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, she's strict, but she's not, like, extremely strict, like, to the, like, she's just a normal strict, but she did expect me to, like, finish college, get a degree, you know, like, go get a good job, like, blah, blah, blah. So we told her, well, actually, okay, so my stepdad had told Francisco to go get tested, told me to get tested. So we went, we got the pregnancy test, it came out positive, and then he asked us, so, and we're like, well, I am pregnant. He's like, well, you gotta tell your mom. And I was like, okay, like, I know I have to tell her, you know, like, obviously I'm not gonna keep this a secret. Mind you, we were living with my mom at that time, so we're like, yeah, like, we're gonna tell her, you know. So I was planning on telling my mom, like, a couple months later, you know, like, so today I found out I was pregnant, maybe in, like, 2 or 3 months, telling my mom I was pregnant, you know. So my stepdad gets back from work, and he's like, so have you told her? I'm like, no, like, I don't, in my head I was like, no, I'm not gonna tell her yet. And he's like, well, she's right there, go and tell her. And I was like, oh god, I was scared. I kind of knew she wasn't gonna hit me, but I knew she was gonna be, like, kind of disappointed and happy. Like, I feel like she wasn't gonna know, like, what to feel. So I was like, right now? And he's like, yeah. I was like, no, not right now. Like, I don't want to tell her yet. And he's like, yeah, go tell her. And I was like, fuck, we have to tell her. If not, he's gonna do it, you know. So we go. I give Francisco a pregnancy test. And I was like, you're gonna tell her. And he's like, why me, you? And I was like, no, you're gonna tell her. So we go. And I'm like, Mom. And she's like, ¿Qué, Yulisa? And I was like, te tengo que decir algo. ¿Qué? Like, she started getting her face, like, serious, you know? And I was like, tengo que... No, I was like, pues... And I gave her the test. And she's like, no me salgas con tus cosas, eh? I was like, Mom, I'm being serious. Like, estoy embarazada. And she's like, ¿cómo puedo creer? Like, I literally remember so good. She's like, ¿cómo puedo creer, Yulisa? And I was like, I know, like, I'm sorry. You know, like, what else could I say, you know? And she's like, ¿sabes qué? Yo no sé. Hagan lo que ustedes quieran. And I was like, okay. Okay. So, we ended up, so I kind of told her, my stepdad kind of helped out a little bit. So he was like, hey, well, you know, you guys are having a kid. You guys have to be more responsible. You guys have to be working, diapers, bottles, clothes. Like, you know, all that parent talk when someone gets pregnant. Like, you guys have to work for this and this and this and that. So we're like, well, yeah, I know. Like, we know. So I was kind of upset because my mom got kind of mad. And I was upset. But I was like, well, you know, I'm going to have my son. So later that day I was like, well, I have to go to the doctor today. Like, they have to check me, make sure I really am pregnant, like pregnancy tests and all that stuff. She's like, okay, well, like, just make sure you go and they check everything. And that's kind of where, like, she calmed down a little bit. Like, okay, I have to accept it, you know, like, she's pregnant. Like, what else can I do?
Mom.
Mama.
Go, baby. Man.
Thank you. So that kind of helped out. And then, by the way, sweet potato fries with like this, it's like sugar and I don't know what, but it's so good. So we went to the doctor. No, everyone knew except my brother and my dad. And my sister-in-law too, she's like, you're pregnant, huh? I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, yeah, you are. I was like, no. But then the day I told her I was pregnant, she's like, I knew it, like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I know. So, now, my brother and my dad, I feel like I'm like a daddy's girl, so he was definitely upset. I was his little girl, you know, like, I'm his little girl, and I'm having a kid, you know? And with my brother, it's like, I'm his only sister. Like, I'm his sister, and I'm pregnant, you know? It was like it was really shocking for them, a really shocking, news for them because they didn't expect that, you know? I feel like they were upset, but at the same time, they're like, Yuli's having a kid. Like, my little sister's having a baby. My daughter's having a baby, you know? Like, I feel like it was really like that for them. Which I definitely never, ever will regret having my son at 19. Ever. Because, God, I honestly did not understand my mom, the love for her kids, until I had my kid. Now I'm like, when Adriel's like 17, he better be home before midnight. And so I feel like overall So yeah, my brother and my dad, we told them, and then obviously more people started finding out. So it was I don't know how to say it. I feel like my experience was okay, because I do know that like there's some people that like they get pregnant and like they get kicked out, which thank God that wasn't my experience. And actually those people that do go through that, it makes them stronger, and it makes them like, okay, if I was treated like this when I was this age, why can't I overcome these other obstacles that are, you know, in my path? Or like, so I feel like I was really lucky with the way it all turned out, because my mom freaking loves my kid. And I remember my mom telling me, Yulisa, cuando tú tengas tu chiquillo, tú lo vas a cuidar. A mí no me lo traigas ni que para cuidarlo, ni ama quiero hacer esto, cuídamelo, ama esto, lo otro. Like, literally, you guys, my mom would shower my son, change his diaper, she watches him, and I'm like, what did you say before? And you weren't gonna watch my son? And now she's like this with him. With my husband's side of the family, they love my kid, because they are more of like just family. Like, it's like just the sisters, the brothers, and the mom, you know, and like it's just them. So I really like that. Like with my son, it's like, okay, Adriel's the cousin, and like he's like this with everyone, you know, like he has to be included in there. And I love that like they see my son, it's like, oh yeah, because they call him Miel. And I feel like I'm like, wow, like they love my kid, you know. And yes, I would want to have more kids in the future. I don't know how soon. Actually, right now we're not trying, but I'm not even on birth control anymore because I actually took it off. And we actually are trying. We were in a little like rough patch, but it's so true when they say that like your first kid goes through with you through everything, because literally like this little kid went through everything with us, and thank God we are like good right now, you know, like we have our house, our furniture, food, you know, we have all of our what we need, and we're not like sufriendo, which that's nice, because they're little and they don't even think of like, oh my God, we don't have any food, oh my God, we have to pay this bill, oh, we don't have money to pay that other bill. And like they don't, you know, they're little, they don't really see that. And that's why I'm glad that like I'm doing all this right now, and I make sure that my son has all of this, because obviously he's small, he doesn't know a lot about that stuff. So I'm really thankful that we have food, of course, you know, all that stuff. And I think that is the end for today's video. That's the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you guys are enjoying my content. Please let me know down below in the comments what you guys would like to see more of. Maybe I'm actually planning to doing like a vlog day, which I vlog like what I do like in a day, or like a special occasion, because not really I want to upload videos because I also want like my family to look back at like these other videos. Like, let's say this is like my third video, so let's say I upload like another 100, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be like, dang, like look how much I have grown from 3 videos to 103. You know, like it is crazy. So I actually I'm really excited for this journey, you guys. Like, I am so excited. I literally wait for Friday and I'm like, we're filming today, you know. I'm really excited, and I actually think I work like other ideas that we could have. I actually plan on doing another video with my siblings, if you guys would want to see it. Also, if you guys would want to see Pancho, which is my fiance, my husband, my boyfriend, my baby daddy, in one of the videos, let me know please in the comments. He might be shy at first, but if you guys go on my Facebook lives, Esayuli's live on Facebook, you guys actually see he's kind of getting used to, like, more used to like me recording. So yeah, I'm super excited for this journey, you guys. And like always, don't forget to follow my social medias. They will be linked in the description down below. I will also link down the video that I did last week, which is the previous video before this one. I will link it down in the description so you guys can see it. It is the chicken burger sandwich challenge. It's really nice. Go ahead and watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting me throughout this journey. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.